So, good afternoon. This is the Dunkers podcast. I'm Mark P, affectionately known as the Hoff, and this is live from Abersoch. We're the Abersoch Dunkers, and this afternoon, today's guest used to settle high-stakes family disputes in the courtroom. Now she settles them in the coldest way possible, the ocean. She swapped divorce papers for swim caps and is the undisputed senior dunker in our local cold water crew. Please welcome the only woman who has ever said, "Let's take the plunge," both metaphorically and literally. Hi, Cath Jones.
Hi.
And welcome to the Dunkers podcast. Well, I thought if I told you about it, you'd never come on.
I was going to take issue with it later.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. So, dunking, yes, pardon me. We were just saying off air that we've been dunking together for over 5 years now.
Yes, because I started the day after lockdown was lifted the first time.
Oh, did you?
Yes, because my friend Anne, who also comes dunking, lives next door, and she came down to her holiday home. And over a gin and tonic the night before, she said, "I'm going swimming tomorrow. Would you like to come with me?" I thought, yeah, I've swum all my life. I love swimming. And that's how I started. So Brilliant. I've done it ever since.
And what was your first experience like?
I came in a swimming costume and nothing else, and it was cold.
Yeah.
And I thought, what am I doing? But actually, I quite like it, so I'm going to come back. I've swum all my life. So
have you?
Yes. I competed in my teens for school, the town, and I trialled for Cheshire, but my A-levels interfered, so I decided, as I wasn't doing any work anywhere, better concentrate on my
So you were one of these people that used to get up at 5 a.m. and go and swim in the pool?
I did.
Wow, that's dedication.
I did, in Sunny Crew.
In Sunny Crew?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. There's a few stories about Crew, but we probably shouldn't go there.
Well, I probably know them all.
Oh, do you?
Probably behind some of them.
And did you miss it? I mean, obviously, to say to Anne, "I'll go," there's something deep down.
I mean, every holiday I swim. So, I swim in the South China Sea and the Caribbean and all over Europe and things. So everywhere we go, I will swim in the sea if I can, and in a pool if not.
Brilliant.
So swimming, that's always was my thing, really. Yeah.
More so than, say, running or...
I hated running. I wouldn't run for a big clock. No. I'd do sport where you run. Played hockey, played volleyball. But I don't mind running. I just can't see the point in running for running's sake. It's boring.
Right. Yeah, well, that's fair enough. And swimming is, I mean, especially cold water dipping or dunking, it's different.
It's different. It's different. I mean, pool swimming, if you're doing long distance, is just as boring, really. Yeah. But
you don't. So obviously, you all your swimming has been in pools, presumably, or
most of it, apart from holidays. Yes.
And wherever you went, you'd seek out the water.
I learned to swim in the sea in Cornwall.
Okay.
Age 6, with a broken collarbone and a figure of 8 bandage, because I'd been promised I could learn to swim that summer. And I was going to do it, whatever. So every night my parents had to change this soggy bandage.
And how did you break your collarbone?
My 6th birthday, I was playing tick, and I was running down the stairs with my arm over the banister, and I went over the banister and hit the floor below.
Okay. So yes. Not a sort of a gentle 6-year-old type of pursuit?
No. By then my parents were already used to the fact that I'm accident prone. Don't usually do anything very serious, just... My brother was a baby, and Dad tried to break my fall, but he'd got the baby in one arm, so he only broke it with one arm.
Right.
So, yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Well,
so it was only a collarbone, wasn't it?
Yeah. That didn't put you off by the sound of things.
No, absolutely not.
And did you have any memories of that when you went into cold water dunking? Because dunking is pretty severe on the body, isn't it?
I suppose it is. Yes. I don't remember as a child thinking the water was cold.
Don't you?
No, not at all.
And now, do you...
Oh, yes. I mean, yes, I'm not stupid. It's cold.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah.
And in the winter, it's very cold.
Yeah. But
it's still got a vibe to it that I enjoy. So, and I don't suffer from it, so it doesn't cause me any major issues. I don't go home and feel terribly cold or dead fingers or anything like that. So I'm lucky, really.
Right. So do you have a pre and a post dunk routine?
Pre's just get up and come.
Simple as.
Afterwards, I go home and have breakfast with my husband because I think it's fair that John, I leave him every morning. I have suggested he comes and go, don't trust you. No way, cold water. No way. Difficult enough to get him in the Caribbean. So,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a...
So he questions your sanity from time to time?
Oh, always.
Really?
Always. But that's nothing to do with dunking. That's just normal.
If there wasn't a group, so the question's just sort of gone through my mind. If there wasn't a group in Abersoch, would you still go dunking? Because obviously you live down here, don't you now?
I do.
And you have done
yes.
for
7 years now.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. Would I? I would, but I wouldn't do it as frequently. I wouldn't do it every morning at the same time, as a routine. I would still come down and swim in the sea. I tried the pool, but I didn't like the pool very much.
Right.
The sea's so much nicer.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's quite a discipline for you then, isn't it? As it is for most of us, I guess.
Yeah. So I suppose it follows work, doesn't it? I mean, I got up very early in the morning to go to work. So I used to leave home at about 6:30 because I hated traffic and driving in traffic. So I used to go into the city first thing, and it's nice and quiet.
And what was that first thing? What were you going into each morning?
I was going into a solicitor's office.
Okay. Yes. What type?
Divorce lawyer.
Oh,
family lawyer. We call ourselves because it's more cuddly, but that's what we are really.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So in my introduction, that you swapped divorce papers for swim hats
was accurate.
That was accurate.
It was accurate.
Okay.
It was accurate. Yes.
Did you enjoy family law?
Absolutely loved it. Yes.
Really?
Right up to the last minute. Yes.
And had you done? Do you have to do other law before you can go into family law?
Yes. These days it's quite more disciplined. I had really not very good training contract in that they didn't make you do certain seats. You didn't have to go and do conveyancing and personal injury or corporate or anything. So I did. I fell out with my principal, who told me I could go and find another job when I said I wanted to do something non-contentious, which is conveyancing, probate, that sort of thing. Okay. Because I needed it to get my qualification. And you don't like it, you can sling your hook, basically.
Really?
Having called me Patricia for 18 months, I wasn't really that bothered.
No, he was clearly au fait with his stuff.
Oh, completely. I was the first ever female trainee in the firm. And there weren't very many women in the profession then at all.
Right.
And they just didn't know what to do with me because I kept thinking, I'm not a secretary, so they can't do that. So, yeah. But...
So what's divorce law? And sorry if this is a fairly
family law covers the whole gamut of family law. So there's one side which they call public law, which deals with care cases, children taken into care, all that sort of thing.
Okay.
Which is public law. And then private law deals with private law, children disputes, money, the divorce itself. It's all sorts of things now. Civil partnerships, of course, and all that sort of stuff. And then children who are born, in the old days, it was called affiliation orders, where mum has a baby, says that's dad, and dad says, no, it's not.
Okay.
So we used to have to go to court, and the court would then decide whether or not it was his child or not.
Right. That was before DNA testing, presumably.
Yes. And they could do blood tests, but it was very limited. And the best it could say is, on the balance of probability, this is the father, but it couldn't say definitely.
Right.
One of my worst ever, but funniest appearances in court was I was acting for a lad who had had several random children over the time, and this was the most recent one, and he'd absolutely denied, no, it's definitely not my child, definitely not my child. So we go and having a full trial, we get halfway through, and you never ask your client a question you don't know the answer to. So I said, so when she told you that it was your child, what did you think? Did you think it was your child? Yes, he said. At which point the magistrates burst into hysterical laughter. covering their mouths. We think we'll retire. And jumped up and ran out. And I said, I think I better have a few words. And he said, you an idiot. You've just said it's your baby. Well, haven't. Anyway, we then did the deal. It's just another child on the social service, social. He had no money and he had no job. And it was a waste of time. But social security wouldn't pay the mum until they got this sorted. They'd made her do it. So
right.
Anyway.
So a lot of these cases are probably driven by other people's agendas.
Completely. He would never have bothered, and probably the girl.
I was going to say, do you think the girl would?
No. I think she smacked him when we got outside.
Oh, did she?
You put me through all of this. A nice class of client in those days.
Absolutely, and didn't get a penny either. It was.
I was paid by legal aid in those. That was a legal aid case.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, that's all gone. There's no legal aid for things like that anymore.
Isn't there?
No.
Oh, right.
It's no family law.
And is family law, do you think, as contentious now as it ever has been?
The money side definitely is. And whatever people say, disputes over children are still horrendous.
Yeah.
The number of people...
Horrendous emotionally or really?
Awful. And I think the number of people who actually litigate their children disputes are very small. But when they do, they're just awful. And they damage their kids. I stopped doing it and gave it to the younger staff who thought it was something exciting, worth doing. Because all I wanted to do was bang heads together and say, do you know what you're doing to your children?
Yeah. And do you think they did? Or did they just use them as pawns?
They used them as pawns.
Did they really?
Yeah. Awful. I mean, sometimes you could see why, but it's no excuse really, because the children can't do anything about it, can they?
No, not at all.
And there were horrendous stories.
And so family law was stretching into other areas. So would things like would abuse be classed as family law, or would that?
It depends. I mean, you have domestic abuse where yes, and then people would be brought into court, and that splits between crime and civil. So the abusers could be prosecuted for a crime. There are lots of crimes now that didn't exist as such.
Okay.
It was, and then there's the civil courts where you apply for injunctions or, an order to prevent them having any contact and that sort of thing. So, and I did that. But towards the end of my career, the last decade or so, I really didn't do anything but money and big money.
Really?
And that was great fun.
Yeah.
Well,
you were always
great. and charging them a lot of...
I was going to say, you'd be on a commission, I take it. Yeah.
Oh, no. Yeah, you charge an hourly rate.
Yes. Yeah.
And eye-watering. But good fun.
Well, the thing is, you worked at, I was just looking at your background on LinkedIn, and you've worked at one or two different law companies, haven't you? Was your last one, the big one, Pannoni in Manchester, the big one?
No, that was the one I was with for nearly 30 years, and I was a partner at Pannoni. And so I left there when I was 61. The partnership deed said you had to retire at the age of 60, or rather in the firm's financial year in which you were 60. So my birthday's August, but the financial year wasn't until April. So it was nearly a year later. And you could stay on, and I did stay on, but I stayed on part-time for a little while, and it wasn't working. So I then moved to a firm called JMW.
Okay.
And what was all a bit incestuous, really, because the managing partner of Pannoni had gone to JMW in a bit of a partnership bust-up. So I went with my partner who ran the family department. We ran it together. She did all this sort of marketing stuff, and I did all the financial and basically the behind-the-scenes stuff.
You were the one that were rubbing your hands together thinking, I've got him, or her.
No, ran the department, dealt with the staff issues and that sort of thing. So we moved together and we set up the family department at JMW, which we then built up from there.
Right.
So, I mean, when I went there was one solicitor, and by the time we left, we had about 15.
Gosh.
and that was in 5
Gosh,
years.
wow, that grows
So
quick, doesn't it?
we did,
Yeah.
and now it's fractured because the two younger partners who we thought would take over from us, they decided to leave, so they left in the April that I retired, in the September, and set up their own firm, and they're doing amazingly well.
Well, the thing is, nowadays, women, I was going to say to you, the majority of people probably were men that were the...
Well, they were men, the two that...
Oh, really?
Were men.
Or should I say, action was probably being brought against men, i.e. the embittered wife that wants to sort of screw her husband and she's going to have the last laugh. But nowadays, I just sort of think back to Colleen Rooney. There's a lot of women cases now, isn't there, that women come forward and they're really going...
Yeah. I mean, because I was in the city, I would say I had 50% women clients and 50% men, partly because you're in the city, so you meet men and things. And I was once talking to somebody and I said, why did you choose a woman? He said, well, I thought you'd be more sympathetic.
Really?
Yeah.
And were you, Cath?
No.
No.
No. I think when you get older, you can gauge the person you're acting for, and you can you can laugh at them. Now, some of them you can't.
No.
Some, really wouldn't take it well. And some of them, you'd listen to all this rant and you'd go, you're not really serious, are you? You can't expect me to tell the other side that kind of... No, you're probably right.
So you were mentoring them as much as anything, like what they could or couldn't get away with.
I think you're mad. They probably will.
It must be a very... Do you think there is anything in the whole sort of essence of dunking that would be able to sort of, that people in bad or tight relationships should sort of listen up to, and sort of, if they took on the whole point about going into cold water, building a sort of a new community, becoming part of a community, do you think that would take away some of the vitriol that must exist in divorces? Or is that just a nice dream?
It's a nice dream.
Is it really?
Yeah. I mean, if they want to have a fight, they'll have a fight.
Really? It's just as black and white as that?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
And I'm right and you're wrong, and there's nothing in between.
Okay.
The lawyers are in between.
Yes. Yeah. But as far as they're concerned, they'll just fight the corner.
Yeah.
It's
so it takes... I mean, you could say that I never, as a practicing solicitor, I never met the real person. The person I met, their friends wouldn't recognise, because they take on a different kind of persona when they're having a battle about this. I once had a lovely lady who'd been really very easy to act for, and came back 2 years after the divorce and said, she only came to collect some papers, something. She said, the only reason I've really come is I want you to meet the real me, because I know I was hell going through it. And I said, actually you were, but thank you very much. And, completely different.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I think that's whatever anybody says, and no matter how easy people say, oh, my divorce was easy, they're not.
Aren't they?
No. I mean, from one of the...
Yeah, well,
dunkers,
absolutely.
don't you?
Yes. It's very contentious.
Very, very contentious. Yeah.
And bitter, unfortunately.
Yeah. And it lasts.
Yes. You'll never find common ground once you've gone through something like that.
No, not at all.
It's, but I mean, and that's the nice thing about, I guess, bringing it back, that's the nice thing about the Dunkers. We're a very eclectic sort of crowd, aren't we?
And we're very different personalities, and it's quite interesting because we're all dunking and enjoying the dunking. The fact that we're very different and have a different view of things hasn't made a difference. We're all still very friendly with each other. We don't fall out with each other. No. We're not rude to each... Well, we're rude, but in the nicest possible way.
Yeah. Yes, there is an honesty.
There's an honesty.
Yeah. And the frequency. That honesty is sort of reinforced on a daily basis. Yeah. I mean, whenever would you meet sort of strangers, get undressed with them, then go into the water, come back, then get undressed again. and still keep smiling.
And then I can't remember who said it the other day. Oh, I think it was Diane who said, you and Anne remind me of Thelma and Louise.
Oh. Good? Was that good?
How did we take that? I said, oh, good.
Did she really? Yeah.
Because, of course, we're little and large.
Yeah, well, absolutely, yeah. And you see Anne, she's school teacher, and
She was.
you just sort of see the way. I've seen the way that she's sort of she's interacted with our grandchildren.
You can
she
tell,
just
can't you?
all of a sudden she becomes a teacher again. Yeah, a bit like Cath. Who spends the time, in America, between America and Australia. She just becomes a teacher. And
she does.
Yeah, it's lovely.
So I think if you've done the job for as long as we all have, it's bound to rub off, isn't it?
It is.
Bound to rub off.
Yeah, it is. So what's next from dunking for you, or are you quite happy to keep going?
I am, but I want to extend the distance I can swim and improve my swimming and try and get back a bit to where I was. My asthma holds it back. That's all it is. It's nothing more than that. But since COVID, I found that's been significantly worse than it was. So it limits what I could do significantly.
Really? Yeah. Do you think you got your asthma from COVID?
No.
Oh,
I've been an asthmatic since my 20s.
Oh, right. Okay.
I think smoking helped.
Not. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. The majority of us, of our generation, have been there, haven't we? And
been there, done that.
Absolutely. Yeah. Don't throw brickbats because, they'll hurt when they come back.
When I was first working, I was a real fagash lil.
Oh, were you?
Oh, absolutely dreadful.
Really?
Dreadful, yes. But I gave up in my 30s.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
That's perfect. And what advice would you give somebody who was going to sort of start dunking for the first time?
I think I'd say come in the summer to start with, when the water is warmer, it isn't such a shock, and build up from there.
Do you ever go wild swimming?
I have done in the past, sort of rivers and things, but this is so nice. It's very difficult.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
I guess the thing is about the whether you're an urban dunker and you dunk in these cold tubs that they have full of ice. There's a couple of them, as you know.
I know.
And they just have ice in them all the time, and you just think to yourself,
can't think of anything worse.
No, that's not good.
No, it's not.
No. Showers? Have you tried showers?
I have. When I was doing the Cancer Research Cold Water Challenge, which was about 3 years ago, was it?
Yeah.
Because I was away and there wasn't any cold water to swim in, I had to have a cold shower. It was awful.
Yeah.
Awful. I couldn't just do it. But my friend Anne does it every day. She loves cold water showers.
Well, I must be honest. There's a book that Sue's got, and it's called. It's by a neurologist called Power, and he's written a book, and it talks about dopamine and serotonin and oxytocin, and he's basically saying that if you can have a cold water shower on a regular basis, it's a great way of finishing a hot shower. So I've been trying that I've been doing that for the last sort of 10 days or so. I must be honest, Cath, it's bearable, but it's still not the same.
No, it's bearable, but why do it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Why, if you don't have to? I had to because I was doing it for this challenge.
Yeah,
But yes, I was counting the seconds to the minute. Is it time yet?
Were you really?
Yeah. No, it wasn't my scene at all.
So how many minutes were you doing that for? A minute?
You only had to do a minute a day, which was nothing really.
Yeah. It's bizarre that we go in for so long then, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Even in the winter we do, don't we? But I think the people who come regularly, you do get acclimatised to it. There's no question.
Yeah.
Because for the first few months, I still found it quite chilly.
Yeah.
But then you go through the winter and next year is a bit easier, and so it goes on.
Well, I was talking to, sorry, that's not a cough, that's the dog. I was talking to somebody about this only a few hours ago, and they were saying, yes, the thing is that if we stay in for these periods of time, then, it's, Wim Hof says you're supposed to only stay in for 2 minutes. But I think there's a sort of competition, isn't there? How long we can take it. And then we can actually put our heads under. And
yes, I feel you just stay in as long as you feel comfortable. And as soon as you start to feel, uncomfortable, get out.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, we all used to say when we first started, didn't we? You know, if it's 2 degrees, you stay in for 2 minutes, and so. But I think that's gone, and I don't think most of the people who know anything about it say that's the thing you should do. I was reading about it, and I can't remember who it was saying it depends on you, it depends on your body, it depends on all sorts of things. It's nothing to do with the time at all. So some people can stay in a lot longer than others. And I must confess, I'm a bit sceptical about how good it is for you.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, really.
Really?
Yeah, really, really.
Gosh, I love a skeptic. Why? What's sort of...
None of it's proved. All the people, including Wim Hof, they've got no training. They've got no background whatsoever. They've just kind of jumped on this and said,
Yeah, they have.
You know.
Yeah.
So I'd like to see the facts.
I was going to say, do you think that's your background, that you need to see the evidence?
I'm sure it is.
Yeah. If I haven't got the evidence, I don't believe it.
No, exactly.
No, it's...
I'm sceptical.
Skeptical.
Not saying it's wrong.
No.
I'm not convinced yet.
No, because this dopamine hit that we get, that's been likened, because it's apparently it's 250% of what your normal dopamine levels are, and that's absolutely comparable with cocaine. Yeah. So it's a cold water hit every single day, and it's legal.
No wonder we all put our head under the water.
Absolutely. How can we all be wrong? Yeah.
But I was watching he's a cardiac consultant in America, and he's very anti. He thinks it's absolute wrong, and that everything we're doing is damaging our hearts, and we really shouldn't be doing this. And it was watching it, thinking everything you're saying is against everything I've heard.
Yeah.
So he was doing tests and things. So I was thinking, maybe you've got a bit more. Bit more knowledge. But it's all very short term, so you need to know longer term, I think. Yeah.
You're just about to shatter the illusions, aren't you?
I am really. Yeah. I can't remember his name, so you're right.
Oh, that's good.
No, he was really quite negative about it.
Was he really?
Yeah.
So let me just remind people, this is the Dunkers podcast, not the anti-Dunkers podcast.
Sorry.
No, it's all right. We'll go with that. There's always good.
You've got to have somebody, haven't you?
Yeah.
And it hasn't stopped me coming. I've still come.
Yeah. You see, you're going to get into an argument with us now, aren't you, about the value of this? No. Anyway, as you say, you keep coming. I keep coming. So it has got a value. Yeah, I'm glad.
I wouldn't do it otherwise. I mean, I would have swum from the island in my...
I was going to, I was just about to mention that. Yeah. Well, Andy did say that only yesterday that he was going to do it again because it had been so successful.
Far too far for me these days. Far too far.
Well, I think the argument is using it because it's hard to get out of the water. Sorry for our listener. Very recently, one of our Dunkers organised a swimming trip from the islands. If you know Abersoch, there are 2 islands, one which is the West Island, one which is the East Island, and this was from the West Island, and it was a swim from there up to the headland, the mainland, and then back to where we dunk. Now, this was it's about apparently 3-point-something kilometres, which is a fair old swim. And on Sunday when they did it, it was absolutely glorious conditions. And the organiser, I think the 8 people that took part just were so thrilled with doing it. The organisers said, I'll do another one. So that's the background to what we were saying about the island swim. Yeah. So would you normally have done, or would you quite confidently have done that if your asthma wasn't as...
I would, and I would have done it because there were people out there, on paddleboards watching you, and there was a boat.
There was 2 boats.
So there were 2 boats, weren't there?
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, I had a very nasty experience off Llanbedrog long time ago now. We had sailed round to Llanbedrog and we'd moored. And some friends had moored quite a distance away. And I said, I'm going to swim between the 2 boats and say hello and then swim back. And I got about halfway across and 2 girls jumped on a jet ski on the beach with ice creams and got on and just took off the beach, talking to each other. Couldn't see me because they didn't look in my direction. They missed me by feet. It was just terrifying. And everybody on the boats was shouting at them and they weren't taking any notice at all. So I would not do anything like that without
Without
a
support,
it was
event support.
absolutely terrifying.
Oh, it must have been.
And you sit, jumping up and down, bobbing up and down in the water and waving my arms around. Waste of time.
Yeah.
Waste of time.
And I think that's a salutary note, really, in one way, to say to people who are ocean dunking, especially, always use a float,
Yes.
because no matter how bright and colourful your costume is, you're not seen.
No, you're not. You're not. I mean, it wouldn't have mattered on this occasion because they weren't looking.
No.
But know, yes, you always need a float.
You do. And as one or two of us do wear these colourful hats as well.
Yeah, they disappear under the waves as well.
Well, absolutely. Yeah. You're just not very obvious, are you, in the ocean? It's as simple as that.
A little bit of wave on the sea just hides everything, really, doesn't it?
And as a sailor, you know that anyway, don't you? I mean, even trying to pick up a mooring buoy can sometimes be a bit hard work.
Now you see it, now you don't.
Go on, here's a confession time. Do you ever moor on somebody else's because it's too much trouble to?
No,
right.
We've never done that. No, we nearly did when we came out this time because our engine failed halfway across. There was no wind, so the tide actually brought us across mostly. But we didn't know exactly where the mooring was because we hadn't been on it.
Right.
We'd just launched. And so we had to potter around, and we are getting to the point of thinking, if we don't find it soon, we're going to have to moor on somebody else's. And then we found it.
Oh,
yeah.
There you go. Yeah. Otherwise, they'd have reported you to SCYC, you know.
Oh, I know. Well, we'd have told Don when the launch came out to get us.
Yeah, absolutely.
What are you doing here? Well, we don't know where ours is.
So we just thought, well, there's one.
This one looks nice. It's white. They're all white, aren't they?
They are. Yeah. And I think the thing is that the one thing you sort of brought me around, that our locals in Abersoch have really sort of taken quite warmly to the Dunkers, haven't they?
Oh, they have.
Yeah.
They have. I go to the paper shop every morning on the way here, and I'm teased every day.
Really?
Every day. Yeah.
Yeah.
These are the mad people coming in. Guess what she's going to do now?
But I bet they think to themselves, I wonder what it's like.
Yeah, I'm sure they probably do.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much indeed for coming to have a chat with us. Now, we do have something of a special, and that is that what I'm trying to do is to get everybody that appears on our Dunkers podcast to leave a question for the next person, and we'll do that. I'll ask you off air.
Right.
But the one that's been left for you, because how could I finish this chat without giving you at least a question, is that if you could go for a dunk with any one person, dead or alive, who would it be?
Goodness me.
And I won't tell John.
That's a real facer. Who would I dunk with? I have no idea.
We could leave it hanging if you want.
I think I'd have to leave it hanging.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
lots of people that I like swimming with, but dead or alive.
Because dunking's a bit different to swimming, isn't it?
Oh, completely.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's chatty and sociable and
very often cold.
Yeah, very often cold. Now, who would it upset? Maggie Thatcher.
Well, there we go.
There you go.
Yeah, what would you ask her?
What
the hell have you
done?
What were you doing?
What next?
Exactly. Yeah. Okay, we'll take Maggie, but if you think of somebody else,
I will think.
I'll invite you back.
I will think of somebody else.
And,
I will.
And as I say, off air, we'll get a question for you for the next person. But
yes,
Cath, thank you very much indeed for spending some time with the Dunkers podcast, and great to see you. We'll see you in the morning.
Much more than I thought it was going to be. Thank you, Mark.
Excellent.